We're looking live this morning at Tropical Storm Hermine, and experts say the storm is gaining strength while it takes aim at Florida's Gulf Coast. People in parts of the state are already feeling the effects as the system brought rain and flooding to the region. Florida's governor has declared a state of emergency in over 50 counties in the storm's path. Hi again and good morning, everyone. Thanks for waking up with the Valley today. I'm Lisa Bedeau here with Kyle Bosch, and we're starting our nonstop news and weather to the top of the hour to help you plan your day. We're starting with a developing story this morning. 2 months have now passed since Jacob Kinn was charged with kidnapping a 5-year-old Bemidji girl.
She disappeared from a trailer that burned to the ground, killing her babysitter, Melissa Norby. Now, Kinn has still not been charged with killing Norby, and a search warrant filed this week reveals just how complicated this investigation has become.
Police now believe Norby may have helped Kim plan the kidnapping. According to the warrant, detectives reviewed text messages between Norby and Kinn in which they discussed possible kidnapping scenarios. Police say Kinn also admitted to having a sexual relationship with Norby.
Now, police did find the child alive about a day after she disappeared. Kinn has not yet been charged with arson, murder, or sexual assault in the case, but he is due back in court later this month. We do have much more on this developing story posted at our website, valleynewslive.com. Well, we're also bringing you some new information this morning on the death of a young Minnesota girl. Investigators are hoping that the cell phone belonging to Zach Anderson can help them establish a timeline in the kidnapping and murder of Elena Erdl.
According to a search warrant, Anderson refused to be questioned by detectives following his arrest. So investigators are hoping data contained in his phone might help provide some answers. Anderson is charged with murder, kidnapping, sexual assault, and auto theft. Prosecutors believe he kidnapped Erdl early in the morning while spending the night with her family. Anderson is being held at the Crow Wing County Jail in Brainerd.
Coming up on 6:51, time to get a look at weather and traffic on the ones, and we start with meteorologist Lisa Green.
Good morning. Gorgeous shot to the day today. We've got a beautiful sunrise that we just saw, and we'll continue to enjoy that sunshine throughout the morning hours and into the afternoon. There are a few areas where we do have some clouds, a little bit of fog in our eastern viewing area because of the light wind we have there, but otherwise things are looking good. This is the radar and satellite picture. Not a lot to show you here today. Temperatures are in the 40s in the Bemidji area. We're starting to climb out of that, though. The rest of us in the 50s and 60s. It's 58 now in Fargo, 56 in Grand Forks, and our wind on the light side. We're seeing wind speeds in the single numbers up into the teens this morning. A look at this afternoon. Temperatures will be into the low to some mid-70s east, some low 80s right along the central part of the valley, and we'll see some mid-80s over into our western viewing area today. So starting to feel and see the heat coming up here for today and tomorrow. Today, mostly sunny, 82, and then for Friday, we do have a chance for some stronger winds. Today will be a little on the breezier side. We'll see winds into the teens. Tomorrow, more into the 20s to 30 miles per hour. And that's the sign of some changes to come. That will happen on Saturday and into Sunday. Some storm chances, more likely later in the day Saturday. So at least the first half of the day right now looks okay. Sunday, we do look to be more on the cloudy and rainy side, and that will continue into Monday too with storm chances kind of hanging around into next week as well. And look at these temperatures really scaling things back down into the low 70s as we move into next week and round out unofficially summer with the end of Labor Day weekend. Let's check in now with Al for a traffic update.
Lisa, we're back out on Interstate 29, just approaching the tri-level right now, and I-29 traffic is very, very busy this morning, particularly northbound. Southbound, no slouch either, plenty of activity out there, but northbound I-29 really start busy, as they're really quite busy rather. As we pull onto the tri-level, I look to the west, and I see we still have that Ford Taurus sitting there. It's been there all week long. Make sure that you're looking out for that. No lights, no flashes, and a really lousy spot between 42nd and 45th Streets, and it's right near the ramp onto 45th Street, so that's a complicating factor for merging traffic. Make sure you're looking out for that. And once again, the Minnesota Department of Transportation tells us that you're going to be able to go north on 8th Street from South Moorhead starting today sometime. I was through there at 6 o'clock this morning. It wasn't open yet. We'll keep you posted on that as well. More to come. Drive carefully today. Al Valley Today traffic.
The family of a Fargo man says that they want to warn the public about the dangers of West Nile virus. 76-year-old Arnold Esterby was admitted to the hospital with flu-like symptoms. He died suddenly 5 days later.
The State Department of Health still isn't confirming Esterby's death was due to West Nile, but his family says that's what doctors told them. Arnold's life will be celebrated today at the Fargo Jet Center, where he worked for 15 years. 7 minutes before 7, in our election 2016 coverage this morning, Donald Trump heads to Cincinnati to address the American Legion National Convention, just a day after rival Hillary Clinton did the same. Yesterday, the Republican nominee outlined his plans for immigration reform, staying close to many of the hardline proposals that earned him the GOP nomination.
His 10-point plan for immigration includes the creation of a deportation force to deal with undocumented immigrants and getting Mexico to pay for a wall along the southern border. Now, Mexico's president, who did meet with Trump yesterday, says he made it clear that his nation will not pay for that wall. The Obama administration is making good on its goal to resettle 10,000 Syrian refugees in 2016, and some of them are now in North Dakota.
Last year, the CEO of Lutheran Social Services in North Dakota said in a statement, she does not feel Syrian resettlement to North Dakota makes sense due to the lack of an established Syrian presence in our communities. But the organization has confirmed to Valley News Live they resettled a Kurdish family who is from Syria and Iraq just a few days ago.
Now, this is not the first Kurdish family to settle in North Dakota, but it is the first to come from Syria. LSS officials say that they do not select who moves to the state. That decision is made by the federal government.
We're following new developments out of Cannonball, North Dakota, where the protests against the Dakota Access Pipeline in North Dakota are now resulting in arrests.
Protesters yesterday chained themselves to some of the heavy machinery on site, and it took hours to get one of them down. A total of 8 people were arrested yesterday.
Backpacks in the front hall, papers piled up in the kitchen. Back to school can mean a big mess for a lot of families.
And of course, this is just the beginning of the year, so it's
know.
only going to pile up. But it doesn't have to be that way. The Valley Today's Christy Larson has been talking all morning with one of our favorites, Miss Simplicity, helping us all get a little organized for back to school. Hi, Christy.
Good morning, guys. Yeah, we showed you this morning that you can easily put things like kids' pencils and markers inside of these jars, but I think one of the biggest things is what helps them stay even more organized is even doing and keeping up with the chores. So you have some ways to do that too.
Well, I think it's more about sanity for the parents because it really is a household of people that all have to work together because it's not fun or fair if just one person does everything. So try to have systems that are fun and easy to maintain. I've seen elaborate chore systems and elaborate systems that are created in lots of money. Like there are big box stores that sell beautiful chore systems and then it's abandoned a week later.
Right.
So let's do something simple. So this is just taking some craft sticks and writing the chores on a stick, putting it in a jar, and then say, okay, everybody's got to come do a chore, pick it out. And mom and dad need to do one too, so they can pull it out. And Jesse, the cameraman, was so funny. He's like, just have mow be on every stick.
Mow that lawn.
Yeah, mow that
Otherwise,
lawn.
you could write it on fun paper like paint samples.
Yeah, so I saw this on Pinterest, this idea is just get paint little swatches and write it on there for the kids too, because then these are disposable and they're brightly colored and you can change it up. So this is just a morning routine one I did. So what do you want your kids to do in the morning? Very easy. Get dressed, make the bed, eat breakfast, and brush their teeth and be ready to go.
Right.
This is another idea is put we all are a little motivated by monetary items. So just put a chore with a little dollar incentive and then just put it on the fridge.
Might be the perfect way to get kids finally to get out those dusting items or maybe the vacuum. And again, we have the links up on valleynewslive.com where you can watch more on how to get some of those papers and supplies organized this school year.
I like that idea. Stick some money in there, you might get your house vacuumed. Who knew?
Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed. Thank you, Christy. We're working to get more details about a deadly crash near Cooperstown this week. The Highway Patrol says it happened around 7:30 on Tuesday on Highway 200. The driver missed a curb on the road, overcorrected, and rolled into the ditch, landing on its roof.
Yeah, the driver was killed in the crash. A female passenger had to be airlifted to a Fargo hospital. There's no word yet on her condition. Police are expected to release their names later today. Bemidji State University head football coach Jeff Tesh appears to be in some hot water. He's been put on a leave of absence. Now, Valley News Live has heard that Tesh was sidelined because of possible racial slurs that he made to his players.
BSU officials will neither deny or confirm, but do say there is a complaint that is open and pending. The school says while Coach Tesh is on a leave of absence, he is still employed at BSU. We reached out to Tesh for comment regarding the incident. He has not responded. FM Ambulance is honoring two of its most courageous members with the Medal of Valor. Greg Glood was given the medal after saving a man trapped in a house fire. He wasn't on the clock, but that didn't stop him from lending a helping hand when needed.
Meanwhile, Kelsey Bodvig responded to an armed standoff with the Red River SWAT team and ended up having to perform life-saving medical care on a team member. The Medal of Valor is the highest honor given out by FM Ambulance.
Let's get our answer now to our question of the morning on Facebook. Today's question, 60% of men say it's a big turnoff when women do this.
The answer, Lisa Badeau and Christy Larson,
Yeah,
take a selfie.
We do that a lot at lunch. That's why
Is it?
no one ever
I
wants
suppose
to
they
sit
like
with us.
looking at the selfie, but it's just the annoying of
Is it watching somebody take
watching
a selfie?
somebody
Is that what that
You know,
take
'cause it
18
takes a
different
long time.
angles and you get off, snap off
see that.
45 different photos to pick the right
You
one.
gotta get just the right one.
We all do that.
Yeah, we all do it. Guys do it
Yep.
too.
Well, today, a good day to take a selfie outside. It's going to be beautiful. We've got a nice sunrise, and we'll continue to see that sun all day long. Temperatures making their way back into the 80s again today. A little wind today, but more on the way tomorrow. It will be breezy. And then this weekend, unfortunately, chances for some rain and storms, and we cool down, too.
Not like we're using the selfie stick all the time. Where's Christy's selfie stick? She hasn't
I
brought
think
that
she
out,
broke
Noah.
it, didn't she?
Overuse?
Yeah. Yeah.
Thanks for waking up with the Valley today. More local news and weather right here in just 25 minutes.
Have a great Thursday, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow morning.